Hello everyone, welcome back to another STEM challenge, and today we're going to be working with cubes. And what I have here are a couple of simple cube nets. This is what you get when when you unfold a cube, or if you fold this up you'll get a cube. And we are going to make what's called an infinity cube. Now you will need 8 cubes. Okay, I've made 8 cubes to start. I haven't put it together yet. We're going to put it together as a group, you could say, just so that we can follow along in the instructions. So what you're going to need is 8 of these. And what I've done is I've made these 4 centimeter squares. You can make them 5, you can make them 6, you can make them any size you want. The bigger they are, a little tougher they are to handle, but this is a decent size one. The one I have at our makerspace is actually a 5 centimeter square. It's a little bigger, and this is I'm just using paper. If you have something a little heavier like a cardstock, that's ideal. Although cardstock's a little tougher to fold. Okay, so paper is really good. It's a little fussy to tape, but that's what you'll need to do. And what I actually used is I used clear tape to make all my cubes, just so that the paper is visible all the way around. You can use masking tape too; it doesn't matter, and it won't change it any. It won't make a difference. I just did it this way so that I can see my edges better. That's all. Okay, so you will need to stop the video and make a bunch of these. If you have access to a computer and a printer, you can always make them on the screen just by putting together 4x4 squares and doing it that way as well. You'll get much straighter lines. And another way to do it is to make one good solid template, maybe out of cardstock, and draw it flat, and then trace this on 8 times on a piece of paper. Okay, that's what that's what we have our students do in the Hawks Makerspace. Is we get them to make a cardboard template or a box board template, and what they do is they trace it. Okay, they just trace it out 8 different times, and then they cut it out, and that's how they make their cubes. Either way, it doesn't matter, but you will need 8 before you start. So you may want to stop the video and make your 8 cubes and then come back. Now, here we have our cubes. Now, at this time, you'll have them all made. And what I need you to do is, sorry, I'm lining one up, is put 8 of them together, just like this. Okay. Or we can do it sideways to read the numbers better. That might actually make more sense. And now what I've done is I've put numbers on the ones that are together, because these are the ones we're actually taping together to start. So I put 1s on these because I know the 1 and the 1 go together. 2s on these because the 2 and the 2 go together. Same thing with the 3s, same thing with the 4s. Okay, and I'm using clear tape, but you don't have to. And I'm going to I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to put my tape on lengthwise to start, and I'm putting these 2 together. Okay, this is going to be kind of loose, right? A little more loose than I'm used to. And we'll put the 2s together. Okay, so I'm putting a little piece of tape on one of the 2s, and then I'm going to slide it up and put it together like this. Okay, so the 1s are together and the 2s are together. Now the 3s go together. And you can put your tape this way as well. And then later on, once you have it working the way you want it to work, then you can put extra tape on. Okay, and then I'm going to put on where the 4s are. So like this, And we are good. Okay, so now my 1s are together, my 2s are together, my 3s are together, and my 4s are together. Okay, don't worry if it's a little loose or tight. That one's a little tight, a little springy. I'm going to make it less tight. There we go, that's better. Okay. Now, if you put them together like this, and this is a tricky part, and if now you're going to flip them sideways, turn them once. Okay, you can turn this one, all of them at once, turn like this. Okay, and then all of these turn once like this. All right, so you will not have numbers on here. All right, so let me show you that again. So here we have the 1, 2, 3, 4. You take them all, and if they're together, you tip them like this, then you tip them like this. Okay, and now what I've done is I've put 2 5s here, right? Because those two are going to get taped together, and I've put 2 6s here because those two are going to get taped together. And now it gets a little trickier because it's tougher to kind of pick them up and put them down, and but I think I'll give it a try. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pick this one up. I'm going to put a piece of tape this way, and then I'm going to put my 2 5s together. That's why I write the numbers on them, so that when you tape them and put them down, you know they're supposed to go back the same way. All right, it's just less confusing. And my sample that I have at Hawks Makerspace is the same way. It's a little bigger, but it has all the numbers on it, just as a sample, so when kids make it, they can see what's supposed to go where. Okay, there we go. So now I've taped the 2 5s together and 2 6s together. Okay, now we're good so far. So if you look on this side, you can see the 1s and the 2s. If you look on this side, you can see the 3s and the 4s. So we're good. Now this is the tricky part. Now we're going to take this and take all 4. Okay, they actually are 2 parts right now. So you can take this side, and you're going to rotate them like this. You're going to turn them. Okay, you're going to turn them all at once. All 4. And if you need help with this, get somebody to help you. Okay, because if you hang on to it like this, they'll actually go by. They should go by themselves. All right, tip them up like this. All right, and I know it's upside down. We have 2 7s and 2 8s. Right. I'm gonna. No, I'm not gonna turn it because that'll mix things up. So the 2 7s go together, and the 2 8s get taped together. That's why I wrote the numbers this way. I know they're upside down for you and me, but I don't think it's going to matter. And these actually come apart, right? They're 2 separate things. So I'm going to put a piece of tape on this one, and I'm going to put my 7s together. Now I'm going to put my 8s together. And once you've done this once, and you figured it out and you have a sample, you can actually do another one, but for the other one, you can maybe pre-label your blocks, and you can do some coloring. You can also make stories out of it too. You can have each block maybe a different colored piece of paper, or you can color it with some pencil crayon. Okay, so there we go. Now we have our 7 and 8. So now it's all together. Now it should work out so that when you flip it, so infinity means it'll keep going forever and ever and ever. All right, there we go. Looks like it's working. Yeah, it's a little tight. See how it's bouncing like that? That means the tape is just, it's a little tight, I think, on this side. All right, but that's okay. Once you start mucking around with it and playing with it a little bit, then it's, so that's it. And then you can go like this as well. All right, and just infinity because it keeps going and going and going and going and going. It won't stop. Okay. So that's all we're doing today. It's a very short video, but a lot of work because you do have to make those 8 cubes. Okay, and like I said, once you've made one like this, then you can color your templates, or not your templates, your nets before you make them into squares. You could actually cut out pieces and glue them on all the covers. You can make a little story out of it. It's kind of a cube storybook. You know, if you want to start with the ones, you can read across, you know, and then you turn and you read across again. You turn up here, read across again, and then there are a whole bunch of other panels here and more panels there, all right, and more panels there, and then you're at the beginning again. So that would actually be kind of cool to make a small little story, or even a picture story where you draw a picture on each one. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you enjoy making your infinity cube, and by all means send us a picture or a video of what you've made. We'd love to share it with everyone. Okay, we will talk to you again. Thanks.